Hi guys, it's Ben from Trisled here, just taking you through our index crank product. We've had a lot of interest in this product and in the final stages of developing it. It's essentially a system that enables you to adjust size for an in-powered vehicle while you're in the seat and while you're actually rolling without affecting the centre of gravity. I'll start with the beginning of how this idea came about. I've never been a fan of sliding seats, having developed them in the early days for racing human-powered vehicles. They are prone to jamming, they're complex to make stiff and give good power for the rider. But probably the most concerning thing for me about any of the seat stuff really is that the change in centre of gravity of the rider means that smaller riders are positioned forward, so they don't get the same handling characteristics as taller riders. And it also means that the rollover protection elements have to be broader and larger in size to allow for the different positions that the rider can be in. By making the adjustment in the crank set, it means that the rider is more commonly in the same position, which has other benefits such as the seat belt will engage properly for everybody and probably need less adjustment between riders getting in and out. Where this idea light bulb hit me was last year I had a large rider size, a variety of rider sizes in my development team, which was my little experiment working with younger riders to essentially see what school teachers were going through, and very quickly found out what they were going through. I had nearly a foot of rider height difference and a bunch of really talented, very keen, very motivated riders in this team, and is in a situation where the taller rider might not be able to ride. Necessity is the mother of invention, and there was a few, I guess, just sort of occurrences which made me suddenly realise that moving the cranks, which had previously seemed too complex because of chain management, is actually the best option to get this rider in. 5 prototypes later, here we are with this system. This is a desktop model, by the way, so that I can show you how it works. Obviously inside a vehicle it's very hard to actually see how it all works. So I built this to take to events, but I thought it was great to make this video with it. The index crank system works with this rocker arm here, and when I actuate it you can see that the cranks are moving further away and there's positive locking system each increment. It's about 120 mil of movement, 130 mil of movement, and 7 positions. So you can very easily identify which position is yours and which you prefer and you'll like. You'll notice that there's this chain compensator. It's what we would probably call a 50% compensator. It doesn't grab all the chain, but it grabs enough to mean that the derailleur will function throughout the crankset range, and also give the the final setup adjustment a little bit of room to move without any derailleur problems. To actuate it, you can see I'm using a brake lever here. We've been experimenting with a few different actuating levers, and we'll probably neaten that up and make it a bit more compact as time progresses actually. But the brake lever is to the side of the normal brake lever and lower, so you can't confuse it on the handlebars, and it's a very definite thing. It's obvious that you're actually shifting. We're rolling this out on our existing bikes. I think there's been a perception that we might be holding out on you in releasing this product. The reality is we're actually just making sure we've got it right and refining it, and we've been fitting them in shop personally to every vehicle that we've put them in so far, so that we can just keep a monitor on whether or not they're functioning normally, and if there are any developments that are needed to improve the product. We're sort of, I guess you'd call it a soft rollout. We'll basically start making it more accessible as we get the refinements in, and very soon we'll actually start making versions that are compatible with other manufacturers' trikes on request. I hope this gives you a rundown of the index crank and roughly how it works. Feel free to shoot any further questions, and if I need to make more videos explaining more things to you, I'm happy to. I hope to see you at an event and show it to you in person. Cheers.